At least I'm smiling right now because y'all, I wasn't smiling. If anything, I definitely might have been a little teary eyed, and then it was just like utter. I can't even say disbelief. Well, no, it is low key disbelief, but at the same time, I can't even expect people to do or like. Okay, first off, hey y'all, I'm Ash. Welcome back to Ash Recaps. Sit back, relax. Let's go ahead and get into this recap for Teen Mom Family Reunion. According to my TV, they said this is the official. This is episode number 1. So last week must have been the pregame or something like that, y'all. What bothered me the most out of this episode is the fact that how do you sit here and discredit somebody else's story and call it fake? How disconnected or how much hate can you have for a person? Because it's like, okay, I agree. There's no excuse. There's no excuse for behavior that for this type of behavior, right? There's no excuse for disrespect, whatever. I definitely don't condone nobody disrespecting nobody's elder, parent, whatever. However, while I can sit here and watch Ashley and T go through their session that they had the exercise where they went through the mud and the girls told their moms what they were going through, what they're going through with their moms. And literally it's literally like that mom daughter, like we really don't know the traumas that we are passing down to our own kids. You really don't. Until you really start to get into this stuff, until you really start to recognize your own trauma, until you really really that's really it. Till you start recognizing your own traumas, or you actually start therapy, you start healing. So while I could clearly sit here and all right, boom, okay, this makes sense. Now I see why, Ashley is like this. Now I see why T is like this. Blah. And it even goes for the rest of the moms. Because mind you, the moms had to get it from somewhere too. They got it passed down from somewhere too. And so like Macy pointed out, we are all alike in some way. I think that was Macy or Kate. We are all alike in some way. While we didn't get to see, I would have definitely have loved to see Jade. I would definitely love to see Kaya and her mom. And who else? Somebody else. Cheyenne. Like, why do I feel like Cheyenne and Cheyenne and her mom is just about to be, why do I just feel like they giving off like perfect right now? Why do I feel like we don't have any issues? Blah. Like, I don't know why that's what I'm getting. I don't know. I just don't like it, y'all. But I feel like it's just we don't got those traumas. We good over here. Or like, I don't know why I'm saying that, y'all. But let me get back to what I was saying. Because I can sit here and be like, okay, all right. Because I'm sitting here like, mind you, everybody seems to have this continuous beef with Ashley. It's all about her, online presence. And yeah, she'll cut you down. She cuts a bar, and as you literally can sit and look at everybody, they show their like little, before I even get there, let me focus, Ashley. Just try to stay on, Ashley. Try to stay focused. Literally T's talking about molestation, all kinds of things, abuse. And for you to sit here, regardless of how you feel about that person, to deny their story and call them fake, like how much more cruel can you be? How desensitized can you be? Because I don't dislike or have enough hate for somebody to hear their story and still be like, basically, yeah, it's bullshit. It's fake to me. Was she even giving real tears? And I think what really even pisses me off about this, y'all, is the production. The production showing all this negativity around Ashley, all the while everybody else, you showing everybody, talking about everybody else's, moment, that, the moment in the mud in such a positive light. And the one thing that you want to put about Ashley is something negative that Brianna has to say. At the same, like, I play devil's advocate so many times, so I think that's just me. I play devil's advocate because I don't want to. I don't want to condone Ashley's behavior and how she's doing. But at the same time, it's like, while everybody is saying, everybody doesn't necessarily have beef with Ashley, I feel like nobody is really fucking with Ashley though, except for Kate and Kate's mom. They were knocking at the door to make sure they were going to be, at the group session. They were cheering them on when, they did their session in the mud with Coach B. Ashley going through what she's going through with Bar. I think with everything going on, she doesn't trust anyone, though she does like some of the girls. She don't trust all the girls within the group, unfortunately. There's a distrust there. So while she's having her own personal thing, and yes, she has her mom, I was still like, why isn't nobody want to go out there and just be like, hey, you good? Are you okay? It wasn't until she came in, but hey, at least Caitlyn did ask. Kate did ask, but it's kind of like, I tell you what, I feel like what it is. And I get it. One thing I don't see white people doing is they not gonna get in our drama, okay? It's but so much they're gonna get into our drama with them, and they rather just play the cool neutral side, or basically the cool neutral side, or either they're gonna go on the majority side, because they don't want to be in the mix of whatever. And I get it, because when we as Black people, when we can come hard. And I get it when you don't want to be a victim in that. I can totally get that. And honestly, that's my opinion. That's why I feel like they stand with it. They're either trying to be remaining as neutral as possible, or it's just like, I'm going to slide over here quietly with the majority of people who don't. I like Ashley because I feel like that's just a safe space to go. I think what sucks, if anything, as well, is just that this was also a way for these women, as they're having these conversations. Obviously, this is also a way for them to get to know each other on a deeper level, obviously. And then, as well, as Ashley said, a lot of the stuff that they're going through it's not just the relationship with their mom. It's the relationship with everybody. Because at the end of the day, all that is going to impact the relationship with everybody. And I think what pisses me off even more is that, for one, y'all literally just came off of this healing group therapy session, team building, whatever you want to call it. You literally just came off that. And I'm sorry, it got aggressive because Roxanne came off aggressively. First off, if you want to address something, I'm sitting right here. Why are you talking about it as if we don't know who you're talking about? One. Two, the tone, the way it was, y'all, it was very aggressive. I don't care what nobody say. It was very aggressive. And aggressive sometimes is only going to meet aggressive. And clearly, everyone here is a work in progress. Not even to say unfortunately. And that's how Ashley, regardless of them coming from this session, that's how they were still able to come back and still not able to try to talk things out in a manner, because everybody is a work in progress. So it pisses me off that Roxanne feel like she can point a finger at somebody as if her and Brianna weren't caught up in some toxic situations on camera. I.e., when they were at a restaurant and Roxanne was standing in the restaurant booth over Devon like she was going to put hands on him. And that's just one example. So how dare you sit here and try to point a finger at somebody else about how they act or what they do, as if y'all always act like y'all got sense. Are you kidding me? And then you get to say what you got to say. And then when T wants to go ahead and say her piece in regards to the situation, you're going to tell her you don't want to hear what she got to say. So what is the point of even talking about this and even bringing this up? She let you go ahead and have your piece, whatever you had to say. You was very disrespectful. Oh, believe me, both of them. I saw it. When the way she was picking, I was like, oh shit, yeah, this ain't. She was picking with her teeth like, I'm just waiting for her to be done because I'm ready to chew her up and spit her out. That's exactly what it was looking. And Ashley came up like, okay, Ashley came up already ready. Literally, we're literally seeing y'all traumas, y'all issues play out literally right in front of us. But I can get it. They're not at a place where, okay, you won't come at me like this and I'm going to beat you still with peace. That's not where they at. That's not where they're at. And literally the crazy thing is, y'all, the moment when I seen Rihanna in them pajamas and that green, because I remember seeing her like that in the preview, I was like, oh shit, it's happening already. It's happening already. And part of me, before I even, after everything, and after everything had just kind of, with the group, with the session, something was just like, I think it's going to pop off. And boom, there's Ashley in the outfit that she was in the trailer, where her and Ashley really get into it, and Ashley Hawk a Louis. We ain't see that yet. It's happening next week though. It's happening next week. It's definitely, and I'm sitting here like, okay, do y'all not realize what's happening right now? What's taking security so long to come in and get in? Because Ashley was getting around that table. And one thing about it, she has no respect. She's no respect. She has no respect for Roxanne. She don't give a, she do not care. She had already said it to her mom earlier that Roxanne was playing her and kept low-key brushing past her real close and da-da-da-da-da. And basically, she was already ready to give her the business. I got to remind myself that these people aren't healed, Ashley. They are not healed. They're just getting through this. And while I'm enjoying this, y'all, because as a person who's on their healing journey, and as well as someone who doesn't have their mom to go through and talk about, we can actually sit and talk about those traumas, get through that. I have to go, not necessarily go through it on my own, but I have to go through it on my own. I don't have her to make those connections for her to tell her story. I think to a degree, we're getting her story in other ways by other people, which is, I feel, can be a little bit biased because it's not her. But in some ways, we're starting to learn her story, and I think that's what sucks, because now when it's so important for us to know her story, she's not here to give us that. And I think that's the worst thing of all things. So I'm a girl's girl. I'm always for girls in power. So that's really what really bothers me about what's really going on here. I'm definitely all about this healing journey. So I am here for this session, getting to know these ladies in a different manner, because one thing about it, I'll be the first to say that it's so easy, to judge them. But then when you kind of understand their backstory, and literally this reunion last year is what brought me to understand it and not being in such dislike of Brianna. And I thoroughly enjoy this. I thoroughly enjoy the healing and the work that they are doing, especially I can't even put into words like how impactful this is, because I feel like these ladies are doing something here. These ladies, I feel like, are really doing something here, and really did something when they decided to bring in their mamas with this reunion. And what this reunion should be about is going to get foreshadowed. And there's nothing that does not tell me that after this, and especially since the Ashley was the one that hawked the Louis, that they're not going to be here after next week. That probably will be the last that we see. And at the same time, y'all, it literally, as T was saying that she was talking to Caitlin's mom, how, it's kind of like already high stress. They're dealing with the stuff of bar. And so it was just like, this is not the right time to have this conversation just yet. They're already high off of this. Everybody already has this tension. And even though they had just came from the session, I still kind of feel like it still wasn't even the right time to have the conversation. But Roxanne wanted to go ahead and open the door, and Look at it. And I'm sorry. At the end of the day, Roxanne's delivery was all wrong. Roxanne's delivery was all wrong. And I think what pissed me off about her and Rihanna is they really feel like they can look down on Ashley and T. They really feel like that they are so much above. Like, are y'all kidding me? Are y'all kidding me? Let's really get into the stuff and not just talk about some, oh, yeah, that's definitely a thing, though. That's definitely a thing. Especially, I feel like, not just in their community, but in the Black community. It's all about being strong. You got to be strong. You got to be strong. You got to be strong. We can't never show no weakness. So I get it. That's definitely a thing for them. But y'all got more underlying stuff in there, too. Because if y'all won't but so much like them, y'all wouldn't even be acting like this. So to a degree, I can get why y'all beef. Because in some ways, y'all somewhat of alike. Sorry, not sorry. I think as well what I'm going to enjoy seeing and what I was mad that I did not see is I definitely knew that Caitlyn's mom was going to be, oh, that thing there. That's my boo. That's my boo. And I love how far that she has come, because her and Caitlyn have really came a long way, because she used to treat Caitlyn like just straight crap, and I knew that she was going to be the one that was going to struggle the most. And she told Coach B that she didn't like her, but I don't think that she meant it. But at the same time, she was only saying it because she was getting in her stuff, because she was riding all over her feet. And one thing that my auntie Ayana said is, in this, when she was doing Fix My Life, you not gonna like me, and that's okay. And I think maybe Coach B took offense to that, but I don't think she should have. Maybe she did for a second. People were like, oh, that was rude, or she heard of da da da. No. If you're in therapy, or if you're going through stuff like this and you're working on your trauma and you actually like your therapist sometimes, then that ain't it. You ain't doing it right. You ain't doing it right. She shouldn't like her because she's making her uncomfortable. She's making her deal with the stuff that she didn't have to deal with. And she's calling her out on stuff that nobody else has been calling her out on. I bet she don't like her. But not like that. She just, do y'all get what I'm saying, what I mean? As far as like her not liking her, she being called out right now. And that ain't happened before. And it's uncomfortable. And you don't like it. It hurts. So I knew she was gonna be the hardest one. She's gonna be the hardest one. And she is, it's so needed though. It's so needed. It's so needed. And I feel like, well, I was really mad because I'm like, oh yeah, let's get Jade. Jade's mom, I think it's Christy, she cries every time she get on that reunion stage. And she talks about, how she always end up crying. And I believe it's so much going on there. And it pissed me off that we didn't get to see that, because I don't want to assume that some people didn't partake in the activity. But that's what it seemed like. Well, just at the end, there ain't enough time in the show for them to show everybody. But that was definitely a mother-daughter team building that I would have loved to see in that mud. Y'all, I can't. That's it. Those my thoughts. That's where I'm at. That's where I'm at, guys. Y'all definitely let me know in the comments below what y'all thought of this episode. I can't believe things going down like this, y'all. Like it's really going down. It's really going down. And I think like what's the worst of it all is it just goes to show that, yeah, everybody ain't healed, and just because you're grown don't mean you know how to handle your stuff. Because I'm sorry, Roxanne, you I don't know what you thought you were doing there, but that wasn't it. That wasn't it. It feels a lot of y'all want to point fingers, and y'all have no business pointing fingers at nobody. I get it though. She was disrespectful. Okay, cool. But how y'all handle this no better. And for y'all to talk about somebody and discredit somebody of their story, that's just the most disgusting thing. And it's very, very much close that Brianna's getting on back on that side. Back on that side. I'm trying to give grace. It's hard. I'm shutting up though, y'all. Y'all let me know. Please let me know in the comments. Now make sure I give this video a huge like. Bang the bell so you get notified when these videos are dropped. I'll see y'all next week. Peace.